Hey, Cowboys fans! Today we're diving deep into everything happening with Dallas. And there is so much behind-the-scenes movement that could completely reshape this team's path. Heading into the new season, right now, a lot of talk has been swirling about salary cap issues. And some people have made it sound like the Cowboys are boxed in financially. But the reality is far from that. There are numerous strategies that can free up substantial cap space. And we're talking about numbers approaching $100 million, which is enormous in the modern NFL. That kind of flexibility can allow Dallas to pursue major free agency targets and strategically add pieces that are genuinely capable of pushing this team toward a championship. The goal isn't just hitting 9 or 10 wins and coasting. It's about building a roster with real title aspiration. To understand the situation, it's important to know that the Cowboys' cap is often misunderstood. Current estimates show them hovering around $32 million in the negative on standard trackers. But this figure is mostly a projection, and the final tally could shift significantly. Even so, there are multiple mechanisms in place that can reshape cap space without dismantling the core roster. One of the most effective tools is simple restructures, which can be executed in the off-season without renegotiating contracts completely. These adjustments primarily shift how bonuses and salaries are applied across the next few seasons, freeing up immediate space while keeping the talent intact. It's a smart, strategic approach that has been used successfully across the league for years, allowing teams to maintain their core while opening up opportunities to add impactful players. Looking at specifics, Dak Prescott is a prime example. His contract is structured in such a way that a simple adjustment could free nearly $31 million in cap room. That's a huge number to work with right away. Then there's CeeDee, whose contract could be restructured to create an additional $19 million in space. Combine that with other key players like Tyler Smith, Osa Odigizua, Don Bland, and even some of the younger contributors such as Jake Ferguson. And these moves collectively have the potential to free roughly $93 million. The beauty of these adjustments is that they do not require cutting any cornerstone talent. They are built into the existing contracts, a tool designed to provide flexibility and allow smart front offices to navigate the NFL's complex salary system efficiently. Beyond that, Dallas has the option to extend or restructure additional players to push that number even higher. Extensions for top performers like Kenny Clark or Quinn Williams, or making selective cuts, can add roughly $30 million more, depending on how aggressive the team wants to be. While not every option may be exercised, the potential is clear, even if the official numbers appear tight now. The Cowboys could realistically have between $50 and $60 million, or perhaps even more available to invest in free agency. That level of flexibility allows them to target high-impact players for specific needs instead of simply filling the roster with depth signings for a team aiming for the Super Bowl. That ability to maneuver financially is invaluable. It's crucial to remember that not all of this cap space is immediately liquid. Some of it involves post-June 1st designations or draft pick rollovers, meaning the money is spread strategically over time. Still, the overall takeaway is that Dallas is not restricted the way some analysts suggest. The team's core, including the defensive line, secondary, and offensive skill positions, has the room to breathe, and clear avenues exist to strengthen the roster this offseason. There's enough money to retain existing talent, pay current players, and bring in targeted additions that can elevate the team to championship caliber levels. The flexibility comes from understanding contracts, utilizing restructuring tools, and selectively extending or releasing players where it makes strategic sense. The defensive line perfectly illustrates this approach, with players like Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, and Osa Odigizua anchoring the front. Strategic restructures or extensions could allow the team to maintain elite talent while creating substantial cap space. Extending these players and backloading their contracts could free up as much as $30 million while keeping the unit intact. The alternative, cutting top defensive linemen, would also free space, but at the cost of proven talent. Decisions in this area are critical because they involve balancing short-term flexibility with long-term stability. Essentially, Dallas has the tools to manage this situation intelligently without sacrificing the players who form the foundation of the roster. On the offensive side, Dak Prescott and CeeDee are central to any cap strategy. Prescott's contract allows for a reduced cap hit in the short term, while preserving his long-term value. And Lamb's situation is similarly structured. These moves are not risky. They are standard tools embedded into contracts that front offices plan for years in advance. Using them, along with other strategic adjustments, could theoretically create over $100 million in flexibility. If the Cowboys were extremely aggressive, realistically, achieving $50 to $60 million is highly feasible and still provides significant space to make meaningful improvements in key areas of the roster. The real focus is not just creating space but using it effectively. The Cowboys have clear needs, especially defensively, where depth and impact players are required to compete with the league's elite teams. The goal cannot simply be maintaining a 9 or 10 win pace. Championship ambitions demand bold and strategic decisions, and Dallas has the tools to execute. A handful of high-impact additions, targeted in critical positions, can strengthen the team dramatically without dismantling the current core. By combining contract restructures, selective cuts, and extensions, the team can build a roster that maximizes talent and financial flexibility simultaneously, giving them an advantage that few other teams enjoy. The Cowboys' ability to navigate the cap also extends to post-June 1st designations, rollovers, and draft pick allocations, which can be timed to maximize spending power during free agency. Properly managed, these funds can allow Dallas to bring in mid-level free agents who might otherwise be out of reach. This careful orchestration of money and timing ensures that the team can address weaknesses efficiently while keeping the strongest parts of the roster intact. From special teams to kicker or punter positions, every spot is evaluated for cost-effectiveness while ensuring performance is not sacrificed. In a league where a few plays can decide the playoffs or a Super Bowl, having financial flexibility in every area is a game-changer. Franchise tag situations, such as with key contributors nearing the end of their deals, also play a significant role. By negotiating extensions instead of using a franchise tag, the Cowboys can lower cap hits while giving players long-term security. Properly managing these contracts prevents financial bottlenecks while ensuring core talent remains on the roster. Every strategic move, from restructures to selective extensions, is designed to provide Dallas with unprecedented flexibility, creating a situation where the team can remain competitive while preparing for sustained success. The broader picture is that the Cowboys are in an enviable position, even without achieving the theoretical maximum of $100 million in cap space. Realistic projections of $50 to $60 million offer substantial leverage. That kind of room allows for impactful signings in critical areas like defense, offensive skill positions, or rotational depth. Historically, Dallas has been conservative in free agency, but this season presents a perfect alignment of contract tools, roster needs, and cap space that enables bold moves. By carefully targeting high-impact players, the Cowboys have the chance to step beyond mediocrity and position themselves as legitimate contenders, turning potential into a championship-caliber roster. Now that we've established the Cowboys' ability to unlock significant cap space, the next step is understanding how that flexibility can reshape the roster in a meaningful way. Creating room on the salary cap is only one piece of the puzzle. The real challenge is deploying it effectively to maximize wins and secure a championship-caliber team. Dallas has several critical areas that need attention, and their decisions in free agency this offseason will likely define the trajectory of the franchise for years. The strategy isn't about overhauling the roster entirely or signing dozens of players. It's about identifying a few high-impact additions who can immediately elevate the team, particularly along the defensive front and within the secondary, where depth has been a recurring concern. Defensively, reinforcing the line and linebacker units is the top priority, while Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, and Osa Odigizua anchor the interior. The Cowboys need complementary pieces who can consistently pressure quarterbacks and stop the run. With the cap flexibility created through restructures and extensions, the team can approach these needs in multiple ways. One approach could be extending core players to secure long-term stability while simultaneously adding external talent to fill gaps. This balanced method allows Dallas to preserve their foundational strength while addressing weaknesses, ensuring the defensive front remains competitive without sacrificing the integrity of the roster. Strategic acquisitions here can provide immediate results, particularly against high-powered offenses that challenge defensive depth and speed. On the offensive side, maintaining continuity while strategically enhancing skill positions is paramount. Dak Prescott and CeeDee remain central to the team's success, and their contract structures provide the opportunity to invest in complementary talents, rather than using cap space. To sign numerous marginal players, Dallas can focus on a few targeted upgrades of versatile tight and who can create mismatches, a dynamic running back to keep defenses honest, or a wide receiver capable of stretching the field. The key is not volume but impact. By selectively reinforcing the offense, the Cowboys can elevate efficiency, scoring potential, and overall adaptability without disrupting the chemistry of existing core players. Timing and sequencing of these financial moves are also critical. Post-June 1st designations, draft pick rollovers, and free agency windows all influence when and how cap space becomes usable. Strategic planning allows Dallas to align these numbers with the league calendar, ensuring funds are available when the most impactful signings are possible. For instance, releasing or restructuring players at the right moment can free up additional money to target mid-tier free agents who might not otherwise be affordable. Similarly, careful management of draft allocations ensures that rookies can be added without compromising the ability to sign established veterans. This orchestration of timing, contracts, and cap strategy provides a distinct advantage that other teams often struggle to achieve. Special teams and kicker or punter positions, while often overlooked, also factor into these decisions. The Cowboys can evaluate these spots for cost-effective contributors while ensuring they still invest appropriately in high-return areas. A well-balanced approach allows the team to maintain financial flexibility across the roster, ensuring that every position, from star playmakers to essential role players, is addressed efficiently in a league where playoff outcomes can hinge on a single play. Managing cap space across all positions is crucial to sustain success. Every dollar saved can be redirected toward areas that directly impact wins, giving Dallas an operational edge that extends beyond headline talent. Franchise tags and impending contract expirations also play a pivotal role in off-season strategy. By negotiating long-term extensions instead of relying on franchise tags, Dallas can reduce cap hits while providing security for key contributors. This approach allows for predictability in future seasons and prevents the roster from being financially constrained. Properly managing these situations ensures that the team retains its most valuable assets, while still maintaining room to pursue impactful acquisitions. For players approaching the end of their deals, these extensions can be both a reward for performance and a tactical maneuver for long-term cap management, reflecting a modern, strategic approach to roster building. The offensive line, often the backbone of the team's success, is another area where strategic investments could make a significant difference. Preserving key linemen through extensions or restructures ensures that Prescott and the skill positions operate behind a reliable front, while freeing space to add depth or upgrade specific positions. Small, calculated moves here can have outsized effects on overall offensive efficiency, limiting pressures, creating more explosive plays, and giving the team the ability to sustain drives in critical moments. Balancing continuity with targeted reinforcements is central to maintaining an offense capable of competing at the highest levels. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Rumors are swirling after New England Patriots quarterback Drake Maye reportedly made some striking comments about the Dallas Cowboys, leaving both fans and analysts buzzing. Known for his sharp mind and fearless approach on the field, Maye seems to have expressed a mix of admiration and criticism for the Cowboys organization, a combination that has immediately caught attention across the league. Sources suggest that Maye praised the team's offensive talent, particularly highlighting the depth at skill positions and the way the Cowboys have been able to cultivate young talent into reliable contributors. At the same time, insiders claim he didn't hold back when it came to pointing out perceived weaknesses, notably some inconsistencies in defensive schemes and the team's approach to game management under pressure. The duality of his remarks, both complimentary and critical, has sparked speculation about whether Maye is subtly signaling respect, rivalry, or perhaps a mixture of both. The Patriots quarterback, who rose to prominence at North Carolina with record-setting performances and accolades including the Shaun Alexander Award and ACC Player of the Year honors, has long been noted for his candid commentary off the field. Observers note that his willingness to speak openly might reflect a larger narrative about how the league's emerging stars view established franchises. Could Maye's statements foreshadow a deeper strategy in upcoming matchups, Or are they simply the musings of a young leader unafraid to speak his mind? Analysts are divided, with some suggesting Maye is testing the waters, gauging public reaction, and even sending a subtle psychological message to opponents. Regardless, the reaction has been immediate. Social media platforms are aflame with discussions dissecting every nuance of his remarks, and Cowboys fans are scrutinizing each word, wondering if Maye's commentary hints at a growing competitive edge or just playful critique. Meanwhile, Patriots followers appear divided between admiration for their quarterback's boldness and concern over the potential distractions such comments could stir as speculation mounts. One thing is clear, Drake Maye has once again demonstrated that his impact extends far beyond the gridiron. Whether this episode will escalate into a heated rivalry narrative or simply remain an off-hand observation is anyone's guess. But the buzz surrounding his statements underscores the quarterback's rising influence not just as a player, but as a voice in the league. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.